Shubhodayam. Shubhodayam to all, and welcome to this session and of seventh batch of certificate course on Sanatana Dharma, organized by Veda Samskruti Samiti in association with Viswa Yoga Vidyapit. Today we'll be having the class on Yoga Darshana by Dr. CSR Prabhu garu. We'll start the session with Vande Mataram. Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam Sufalam, Malayaj Sitalam, Sasya Syamalam Mataram, Vande Mataram. Subrajosna pulakitayaminim Pullakusumita drumadala shobhinim Suhasinim Sumadhura bhashinim Sukhadam varadam mataram Vande mataram Vande Mataram. Now I request Mallikarjun Rao garu to do the pradhana, please.
Sir, first one minute dhyana followed by 3 times Omkara. Om. 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 Om Gananantva Ganapatigum Havamahe Kabim Kavinam Upamashravastamam Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anashrunvannutibhisida Sadanam Om Shri Mahaganadhipataye Namaha Om Prano Devi Saraswati Vajeebhirvajinivati Dhinama Vidyavatu Om Shri Mahasaraswatyai Namaha Gurureva Gatir Gurumeva Bhaje Gurunaiva Sahasmi Namo Gurave Naguro Paramam Shishurasmi Guroho Matirasti Gurau Mam Pahi Guro Gnananandamayan Devan Nirmalaspatikakrutim Atharam Sarva Vidyanam हयग्रीवमुपास्महे आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतङ्गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः मातृदेवो भव पितृदेवो भव आचार्यदेवो भव अतिथिदेवो भव ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ
Hari Om Gurubhyo Namaha. Thank you, Mallikarjun Ragaru, for the Prarthana. There is an announcement to all the students that on Monday, next Monday, that is 20th, we'll be having a special class on the Prarthana. Okay. So all are requested to attend the special class, and so kindly note that. Though it is a holiday as per calendar, it is a special class on that day. Prabhu Garu Subhodayam. So I request you to continue with the class, please.
ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या सम्प्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः. Friends, we have seen in the Vedanta Darshana, in the Upanishads and in the Brahma Sutras, the nature of the Brahman or the absolute reality, absolute truth is explained in detail. And the Mahavakyas have also declared that this self is Brahman. Ayamatma Brahma, Tattvamasi, Aham Brahmasmi. That means to realize yourself to be God. God realization, which is same as self-realization. This is the ultimate statement and position of the Vedanta Darshana. But then he didn't tell how. We all know, if you tell anybody, look man, you are not X so-and-so person, but you are God. They will not agree. It is just like, a story told in the Vedanta that one king went to forest with his son and army, small boy's son. And they did hunting whole day. And at the end of the day, they lost that son. He was missing. So they searched a lot, but they could not find him. So finally, they gave up and came back. And they thought that fellow is dead or is lost. After a long time, 30 years, a person was found, adult man was found in forest with certain characteristic birthmarks and other things similar to the son. So they took him to CCMB and performed the DNA test and all that, and then finally confirmed that he is the same person. So they told him, look, you are not an ordinary man, you are the king, because the king has become old by then and is going to retire. So he wants to appoint his son as the king. So when you tell him, look, you are a king, you are the king, that fellow says, no, I'm not the king. I'm just a tribal hunter. I'm here and they're always hunting in the forest. And he doesn't know anything also. So he says, no, I'm not the king. So the question in this story is, when will he become the king? So what is the answer you can give to me? So the only answer that can be given is when he accepts that he is the king. And when he realizes he is the king. So same as the plight of the Jiva, who is actually Ishvara, Brahman, but he forgot that and he doesn't know that and he doesn't want to accept that. Even if you tell he doesn't want to accept. How can it be like that? It's not possible. He says. So that means there is some kind of a process of transformation of consciousness, awareness of himself from the mundane body consciousness or the materialistic consciousness to the spiritual level of Brahmi Sthiti, that is to realize that himself to be God and not man. So that process of transformation which is required to make him realize his true nature already there. No, it's nothing new is there. That is called yoga. And yoga darshana is a whole subject explaining that process of transformation from the jiva level to the brahma level. Jivo naham, deshivotva shivoham. So to realize that you are Shiva or you are Brahman or you are Ishvara and not Jiva. The Vedantic methodology is assertion. Naham deho nendriyanyantarangannahankara pranavargona buddhi. I am not the body, I am not the senses, I am not the mind, I am not XYZ. Like that. Go on telling yourself. Finally, you say that Shivoham. That is the Jnana Yoga method. But then the Raja Yoga method, which is what is the Ashtanga Yoga, the Yoga Darshana, we are going to discuss about that today, is different. It doesn't make such assertions. It doesn't take any stand, but gives a process of calming the mind. Yogaha Chittavritti Nirodhaha. Yoga Darshana comprises primarily Patanjali's Yoga Sutras and also Yoga Upanishads, which are 20 in number, and also other Yoga Shastra texts like Hatha Yoga Pradipika, which is a 1,000-year-old text, and Shiva Samhita and Gheranda Samhita and Hatharatnavali and Goraksha Samhita. And Goraksha Samhita is authored by Gorakhnath, who is the original Yogi Peethadipati who founded the Gorakhnath Mutt in Gorakhpur, whose present incumbent, descendant and present incumbent is Adityanath, the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh. So this Yoga Sampradaya, it has two parts, the Hatha Yoga and the Raja Yoga. Both are combined, both are connected with each other. So the Hatha Yoga is the physical part, that is the asanas, kriyas, pranayama, and so on. So if you don't practice that, then you are bound to fall sick. Day before yesterday, I went and saw a person who is related, but he's unconscious on the bed. And the main thing he has done is that for 10 years, he never went out of the house for various reasons, health reasons. But so by not keeping his body fit, finally he is on the unconscious serious state, and they are saying he will die soon and all that kind of thing. So if you keep your body fit, then you can live long. He is only 62 or something, 64. So that made me realize once again, freshly, that Shariram Adhyam Khalu Dharma Sadhanam. Our Guruji Dikshitulu Garu used to say, your body is the instrument for achieving anything in your life. if you neglect your body and if your body is not fit, you'll be bedridden and you will be on your way out. So not only you go away, I mean, you die, but you also make others suffer because you will be bedridden for a long time and then all kinds of complications will arise. So is it required to go through that kind of a nonsensical hell? No, it is not required. So the Hatha Yoga, the physical yoga gives you a method how to be healthy and happy, because health is both physical and mental. And if you are able to maintain that level of health and happiness, then there's no need to take medicines or go to doctors or join hospitals and then fall sick and then say that, the whole world should come and serve you, all that kind of thing. And your family members who are around you, they will serve you, but they will be cursing in their minds and they will be waiting for your death. Or how soon this fellow will die, because they are suffering a lot because of you. So is it necessary to get into all those situations? So yoga is a system which will give you perfect health. At yoga, we'll be conducting yoga classes also. So in that we teach 5 subjects: the physical yoga aspects, the apart from the yoga asanas, which everybody teaches, we also have one yogic sukshma vayama, which is performed in standing position, on which I wrote a book. Asanas also I wrote a book. These are all textbooks in this course. And I'm the founder chairman of the Vishwa Yoga Vidyapit. We have more than 10,000 teachers trained by us. And we have many colleagues, teachers. I'm the senior most yoga teacher in Telangana and Andhra put together. And apart from the Sukshmayama and asanas, we have the kriyas: cleaning nose, cleaning eyes, cleaning stomach, cleaning intestines. And apart from all this, we also have the pranayama, as you all know. And there are many types of pranayamas. We'll be teaching some of them. And then we have the mudras, bandhas, etc., along with pranayama. And finally, we have meditation. So dhyana. So these 5 subjects we'll be covering in our yoga course. And 5 causes of diseases. The first cause of disease is stress. Stress will come due to negative emotions and as well as anxiety and anxiety, neurosis, and irritation, anger, and all those things. So to remove stress or reduce stress or eliminate stress and come to happy state, we have techniques in yoga like pranayama, yoga nidra. Shavasana is the first step, then yoga nidra is there. Then we have pranayama, then we have dhyana. In dhyana or meditation, we have many techniques. I have already shown you one along with Mandukya Upanishad. You liked it a lot. So any meditation practice, which I showed you, like Om meditation and Soham meditation, that will result in calming the mind. And when the mind is calm, you feel very happy. Because when agitated mind is there, then you will be restless and emotional and angry and uh, anxious and jealous and so on. The mental disorders. These are all mental disorders. So to remove the mental disorders and calm the mind, we have these techniques of yoga in addition to physical body techniques. So the stress is the cause of diabetes also, and even of course high blood pressure, and high blood pressure resulting in heart disease. So all the diseases are coming out of stress. And that's why they are called psychosomatic diseases. Psycho means mind, soma means body. Effect to the mind on the body. Instead of understanding this, if you go on putting drugs, they may help in emergencies, but they will not be able to solve the problem. So the lifestyle change, attitude change, is meditation and attitude. All this is part of the yoga system, which can result in curing of those diseases and preventing. Prevention is always better than cure. So if you practice yoga, then you will be able to prevent all these disorders. Like that is about the mind, the stress, and then about the pollution and all that, the breathing and the pranayama can handle that aspect. And then the endocrine glands, hormones, imbalance in the body, that will be handled by the asanas. And then, of course, the um, lack of exercise, sedentary lifestyle, that we take care by Sukshma Vyayama, which is done in standing position, 52 exercises, on which I wrote a book. And then finally, the internal impurities, like whatever food you have eaten, it may contain pesticides, or that's why you should switch over to organic food or cow-based organic food. Rice also, everything is cow-based, you should eat. And you should also, to clean the body from these pesticides and other things, we have the yoga kriyas, stomach cleaning, kunjal kriya, nose cleaning, neti kriya, intestine cleaning, shankha prakshalana. We have performed all these things online with your student community in previous batches in the yoga course. So today I'm giving you the introduction to Yoga Darshana. I may not teach you practical sessions today. I have finished my yoga practice just now. But I'll give you the explanation of yoga system. So this till now what I told you is about health, and if you are not healthy, then there's no question of getting any spiritual enlightenment and all that, because you are suffering. You are suffering from various health problems, and your family members also suffer. So it is very, very, I mean, if there is anything top priority in your life, that is your health. Nothing can be more important than your health. So how to maintain your health? And please understand that through medicines and all, you cannot get health. Medicines are meant for treating diseases without any guarantee of cure. And the medicines will have side effects also. And those side effects are guaranteed to create new diseases. So to avoid those things, natural lifestyle, natural hygiene, naturopathy, yoga, these are the best ways to live life. And of course, diet control is very essential. I will tell what diet to take, what not to take. Basically, you have to take sattvic diet as much as possible. And if you take more rajasic diet, you'll get more emotional and more stress. And if you take tamasic diet, you will become aggressive, or you may sleep, and you may be erratic, and you may be so many other. So sattvic diet is the essential requirement. Now the spiritual point of view, the Yoga Darshana, as given in the Patanjali Yoga Sutras and Hatha Yoga Pradipika and Shiva Samhita and Gheranda Samhita and Goraksh Samhita and Hadaratnavali and so on, and Yoga Taravali. Some of these, my lectures, you can see. In YouTube, you go and search my name, CSR Prabhu, PRABHU. Then you'll get Vedanta Talks by CSR Prabhu, Indica channel, in which initially you'll get in Telugu, all Vedanta texts. But if you go back in time, you'll find old ones which are in English and which are in Yoga Sutras and Yoga Taravali, all these are there. It is totally practical, and the whole yoga system is totally practical. And Vedanta and yoga are like brothers or cousins, or two faces of the same coin. One is theory, other is practice. So yesterday we discussed about the Panchakoshas. The Panchakosha Shuddhi also we discussed. So that is what is the Panchakosha Shuddhi is the actual phenomenon that is happening in the yoga abhyasa. Yoganga anushtanat ashuddhikshayat jnana deeptihi avivekakhyate. One sutra is there. By the anushtana, that is practicing the yoga angas, yama niyamasana pranayama pratyahara dharana jhana samadhayo ashtava angani. So the Ashtanga Yoga, when practiced, ashuddhikshayat, by purification of the impurities in the Panchakoshas, will result in jnana deeptihi, enlightenment, jnana, avivekakhyate, along with the viveka, discrimination. So this is the practical dimension, and the practical dimension of yoga has been there for thousands of years. We have the yogasanas in the Mohenjo-daro, Harappa excavations also. We have Shiva position, Siddhasana, and we also have the terracotta images of other asanas as well in the excavations found. That means not less than 5,000 years old. And in the Vedas themselves, the yoga has been explained. And in every text, Mahabharata also, Pandavas also practiced yoga. And of course, Maha Yogeshwaro Harihi. Lord Krishna is the Yogeshwara, Maha Yogeshwara. So Shiva is the originator of yoga system in Shiva Samhita. He taught yoga to Parvati and made her enlightened into Adi Parashakti's avatar by development of the Kundalini and development of yoga Shakti inside her body, even though by birth she is just an ordinary princess, Rajakumari Parvati. So this whole process took place inside the Amarnath cave. This is given in the Shiva Purana and all that. So now the point is that how to practice and what to practice and what happens when you practice and what are the benefits. And in fact, without yoga practice, your mind will not be calm. If your mind is not calm, you cannot concentrate. If you cannot concentrate, you cannot meditate. If you cannot meditate, you cannot get absorption, samadhi. If you cannot get that, you can never get self-awareness, self-realization. So in fact, one of the definitions of yoga is Jivatma Paramatma Samyoga Eva Yoga. Atmayandu Paramatmanu Podagaduru. This is what the Srimad Bhagavatam also says. When you realize the Paramatma inside the Atma, that means yours is Atma and the total is Paramatma. And when you realize Paramatma inside the Atma, that is self-realization. In fact, in our Shastra, the Atma and Paramatma are not different. They are the same. Though apparently they are different. Many Atmas, many Jivatmas exist, apparently in practice. But in ultimate analysis, in the ultimate reality, Paramatma is only one, and that is only one Atma, and Jivatmas are only temporary and relative realities which appear there for some time and then they disappear after some time. But Paramatma will always remain, and to realize Paramatma in yourself, Atmayandu Paramatmani Podagaduru, when you are able to realize Paramatma inside the Atman, then that is jnana, and that is liberation, that is jnana yoga and Vedanta, all that comes into picture. We have already discussed this. To realize the Paramatma in the Atma, you should first calm your mind. If your mind is not calm, it will create all kinds of fake scenarios, like a dream. A dream is a fake scenario with respect to waking state, though at the time of dream it appears to be real. Similarly, in this samsara, everybody gets various types of experiences. No two individuals get the same experience of life or reality or universe. Everybody gets different at different times. And he thinks or feels temporarily that is real. It may be appearing to be real, just like a dream, but actually it is not real. After some time it will go away and something else will come. And this life itself is a dream. And we don't know who will die when. Anybody can die at any time, either by health problem or by accident or by even without anything also, you can simply die. So it is pal do palka, we have that song. It is a matter of 1 or 2 seconds in that sense, in the large sequence of time. We don't know what will happen when. So without realizing this, people develop all kinds of hangovers, hatred, and intrigue, all kinds of things they develop for no reason or rhyme, because everything is temporary. Anybody can die at any time. So when you can die at any time, what is the point in talking of long-standing hatred relationship like India and Pakistan? All this is absolute rubbish. So, but due to Maya, as per Vedanta, it is Maya. But as per Yoga, the word Maya is not there in Yoga. In Yoga Darshana, only the mind is the problem. Chitta. It's called Chitta. It is not even called Manas. In Vedanta, it is called Manas, but here it's called Chitta. Chitta comprises of all the mind and everything, and that itself is Maya, and that itself is everything. That itself is the problem. So the Yogaha Chitta Vritti Nirodhaha. That's what Patanjali defined. First sutra in Patanjali Yoga Sutras is Adha Yoga Anushasanam. Now we shall explain the discipline of yoga. And then he says Yogaha Chitta Vritti Nirodha. The yoga's definition. What is yoga? The definition is Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Chitta Vrittis means the modifications of the chitta have to be nirodha, arrested. That is state called yoga. Yoga's chitta vritti nirodha tada drashtu swarupe avasthanam vritti sarupe mitaratra. If the chitta vrittis are arrested at that point of time, tada drashtuhu swarupe avasthan. There is a drashta, observer. That is I, the self. Will be established in his own self. Swarupa. Will be established in Swarupa. Otherwise, what happened? Vritti sarupyamitharatra. He is imagining himself to be same as the chitta vrittis. They're like, the body, shape, or name, form, or things like identity, designation, Aadhaar number, PAN number, all these are thoughts, chitta vrittis. So you are assuming your identity with them falsely. Superimposition, identity superimposition, false identity superimposition. So that is where the problem comes. Once you identify, you will be affected by its roles and responsibilities and consequences of relationships. Whereas the reality is that you are not that. It is a role, temporary role. Like, I have a post or position. I was Director General. But then for how long? For a short period. It is not permanent. Like if you catch a train, you'll have your seat. My seat, you'll say, but how long? Only until you get down. So everything is like that. How long you can have a relationship between one a man and a woman, or a man and another man, until you die. After that, there is no relationship. You don't know what happened to that person, and he doesn't know what happened to you. So we are living in a very frivolous world, flickering world. It's just a flicker, pal do pal. And believing all that to be absolute reality and permanent truth and all that is the top foolishness, tomfoolery. So all that is being created by the chitta minds. Therefore, you arrest the mind. When you arrest the mind, what happens? You are in your own self. And what is that? He is not telling. Only he is telling you be in yourself. That's all. Atmastha yoga. Swastha. Being swastha is called swasthya. Health, mental health, physical health. So to be in yourself without distractions of thoughts by chitta vrittis. There are 5 types of chitta vrittis. Vrittaya, panchataya, klishta. Simple and complex. Pramana, viparjaya, vikalpa, nidra, smrutaya. Pramana, vikalpa, viparjaya, vikalpa, nidra, smruti. 5. Pramana means prachakshanvanagama, pramanani. Pramana is provable perception, knowledge perception. Prachaksha, that is when you are observing physically something or hearing something or touching something. And Anumana is inference. You are not able to hear or feel or touch, but you are able to infer. Our entire science is based on inference. And third is Viparya. Viparyayo mithya jnanamatadrupa pratishtham. Third pramana is Shabda pramana. Neither you can observe nor you can infer. Therefore, you simply have to believe the declarations of the Shruti. These 3 knowledge, which epistemological phenomena of acquiring knowledge in 3 different ways, is called pramana. That is one chitta vritti, which we are going through all the time in waking state. But then there are other states, other epistemological conditions also, like viparyaya, viparyayo mithya jnanamatadrupa pratishtham, like false projection, fakery, what you can see in the movies or TV, or all that is fakery. And Shabda Jnana Anupati Vastushunyo Vikalpaha. Vikalpa is something like advanced inference. There is some symptom, but there is no direct object to be seen. But you can see some kind of Shabda Jnana Anupati Vastushunyo Vikalpaha. So effects are there, but source is not there. So such a perception is called Vikalpa. And Abhava Prachayalambana Vrittir Nidra. And Nidra means what? Nothingness. You are in nothingness. And finally, it talks of Smriti, Anubhuta Vishaya Sampramota Smriti. You can take any book on Yoga Sutras, you'll find all the sutras. I'm chanting out in sequence in the first chapters. Samadhipada. Now, how do you resist the chitta in going into all these states? Abhyasa vairagya bhyam tan nirodha. You can resist the chitta vrittis or chitta getting into the vrittis and make it calm, so calm that you are in yourself and not in chitta vrittis, is through abhyasa and vairagya. Practice, practice, practice. That is why entire yoga system is based on practice and nothing else. So, what is practice? That also he is defining. The rishis in sutras, they define everything. Tatra sthito yatno abhyasaha. A stable, determined effort in achieving that is called abhyasa, practice. And satu, that also, dirghakala, long time, nairantarya, without breaks, satkara sevito, drudha bhumi. If you practice long time without breaks, that means regularly, then you will have a strong foundation. If you practice sometimes here and there, nothing will come out. So practice is defined, abhyasa is defined. Then second is vairagya, dispassion, detachment. Drishtarushrivaka vishaya vitrishnasya vashikara sanya vairagyam. Vairagya is defined as vashikara, complete conquest of drishta anusravika vishaya vitrishna. You are able to conquer the vitrishna, extraordinary craving of objects, both seen and seen, heard and unheard. Any object that means desires. You have conquered all the desires. Drishtanusravika, Vishaya, objects of senses. Vitrushnasya, craving, extraordinary craving, and conquest over that. Vasikara sanya vairagyam. See, such a profound statement he told. So, tat param purushakhyater gunavaitrishyam. That will lead you to the parama purusha. And combination of abhyasa and vairagya is yoga chitta vritti nirodha. Now, he explains in the first chapter the samadhi states of different types: absorption, asamprajnata samadhi, samprajnata samadhi, savikara samadhi, nirvikara samadhi, savichara samadhi, nirvichara samadhi, savikalpa samadhi, nirvikalpa samadhi, sabija samadhi, nirbija samadhi. So, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa got nirvikalpa samadhi. So that is a trance. It is an absorption state. Nirbija samadhi leads to total liberation. No birth after that. Tasyapi nirodhe sarva nirodha nirbija samadhi. Because one bija left at the end after finishing everything else, and that also being eliminated. Sarva tasyapi nirodhe sarva nirodha nirbija samadhi. So we have no time to go into details of each one of them, but if you take a book, in fact, one of the best books we have is Patanjali Yoga Pradeep in Hindi by Omanand Saraswati, published by Gita Press. And of course, there's another Yoga Sutras book by Taimini of Theosophical Society. And the shorter version of Yoga Sutras is given by Vivekananda himself in the book Raja Yoga. At the end, he has commented in a very brief manner. And there maybe other many books are there. And Ramakrishna Math has another book by another Swamiji, which is very voluminous. He's explaining in detail in English. You take any book, you study the Yoga Sutras, because we have only one day available for Yoga Sutra, Darshana, Yoga Sutras. I'm covering today as briefly, as short as possible within the time given. It's a vast subject. People do PhDs in it, not only post-graduation. It is offered in the various universities, Yoga Darshana as a subject. I'm heading this Yoga Vidyapit where we have thousands of yoga teachers in it, and we have lakhs of people trained. I have trained 1 lakh people in yoga. I'm going to train you also. And I am perfectly healthy. I don't have spectacles also. I'm 72 years running. And now the second chapter after Samadhipada is the Sadhana Pada. So how to go about? That is called Kriya Yoga, practical yoga. Tapaswadhyayesva pranidhanani Kriya Yoga. That is the definition. Practical yoga comprises broadly 3 aspects: tapas, austerities; swadhyaya, deep study; and Isvara pranidhana, surrendering to Lord. Now, having said this, he goes into the yogangas in detail. Yama niyamasana pranayama pratyahara dharana dhyana samadhayo ashtavangani. So all the 8 ashtangas of yoga are explained. All the known personalities in the past or in the present have been practicing yogangas. If you look at the profile of Shankaracharya of Sringeri or any Shankaracharya, they will mention these 8 angas. He is an expert practitioner of the 8 angas. Yama niyamasana pranayama pratyahara dharana dhyana samadhi. So this Ashtanga Yoga is very famous, very popular, and it is the root of not only Hinduism but also Buddhism and Jainism. Though they may differ in the theoretical models, but they all concur in the yoga system. Any philosophical system in this country accepts the yoga system as fundamental and essential and practical in terms of lifestyle and practice. So let us discuss what is yama, what is niyama, what is asana quickly in the available time. Yamas are defined as 5 topics, 5 principles. Satya, Ahimsa, Brahmacharya, Asteya, Parigraha, Yama. He has defined Patanjali 5 principles: Satya, Ahimsa, Brahmacharya, Asteya, Aparigraha. Satya is, truth. Satyenotthapita bhumihi. The universe runs on Satya, truth. Satya and Dharma, they are the 2 pillars on which the universe operates, and we have to uphold them to the maximum extent. And Ahimsa, hurting others in any manner, physically or mentally, verbally or mentally also. You may not directly abuse somebody, but mentally you will be thinking bad about that person. That also is himsa. So then brahmacharya is adultery. Not getting into adultery. Total chastity. Total dedication to your spouse. If you are married. If you are not married, maintaining askhalita brahmacharya without having any bad thoughts about any other woman. So after marriage, except your spouse, you should not indulge in any sex thoughts or sex actions with any other woman, because all other women are equivalent to your mother or sister or daughter or granddaughter. Except your wife, all other women are equal to your mother or sister or a daughter or granddaughter. So only one person is a spouse. Similarly for women also, except husband, all others are equal to father or brother or son. And therefore, you should treat accordingly, you should behave. And asteya is non-stealing. Steya means stealing. And aparigraha is non-accumulation. Go on accumulating things or taking things from others. Taking charity which you don't deserve or which are not a Brahmin, and you take charity, that will amount to a loan. And go on accumulating things is illegal and it is not accepted. hoarding. So these 5 principles, yamas, they are called yama because they are controlling principles. So what Patanjali says is, these are Mahavratam, Sarvabhauma Mahavratam, sovereign, universal, swearing principles. They are true always in all circumstances, in all countries or all times, in all circumstances. So any abrogation of these 5, Krita, Karita, Anumodita, Ananta Phala, any abrogation, either directly performed by you or indirectly making others perform abrogation, or accepting when others perform the abrogation, is equally culpable, and it will result in a backlash which cannot be stopped. Ananta phala. That means if you committed a murder or you made others commit murder, you incited, or you accepted or approved when somebody committed a murder because you are interested in that murder, you are equally culpable, even as per the law. This is law only. And the backlash will be there. You will be punished, and you have to pay the price for it. Similarly, if you tell a lie, to cover up that lie, you tell one more lie. And you cover up the 2 lies, you tell the 3rd lie, and so on. So the same thing will happen. The backlash will be there. You will be losing trust. Your character will be assassinated. You will become a laughing stock. So many things will happen, and you'll be finally punished. So similarly, brahmacharya, if you start abrogating brahmacharya, if you start flirting with other women, if you have a relationship with other women, or women having with other men, then what will happen? There will be chaos. There will be murders happening. And you will be put in jail. It is a crime. And stealing, you steal. Either you steal directly, or you take bribe, or you indirectly take money. All that is equal as stealing. So you will be culpable, and you will be caught, and you will be put in jail one day or the other, if not today. And similarly, accumulation, you go on accumulating things and you don't distribute to others, then they will attack you. Even your own son will attack you if you don't distribute. Your surrounding neighbors, you live in a top class house or apartment, you're surrounded by very poor people, and if you don't distribute your wealth to them, they will attack you, and you have to pay the price. You may be killed also. So these 5 fundamental principles are universal, sovereign principles of life, civilization, law. And law has come out of these 5 only. Entire law in any country, in any religion. And these 5 are mentioned in scriptures of all religions. In Bible also they are mentioned, in Buddha Sutras, Jaina Sutras, even in Quran. Nobody wants to believe that Ahimsa is mentioned in Quran. It is mentioned. I have a reference. So we produced a document giving all these references. So these 5 are fundamental, and the another 5 niyamas are not fundamental, non-negotiable. These are non-negotiable. These 5 are non-negotiable. The remaining 5 are preferable. Shaucha, Santosha, Tapas, Swadhyaya, Isvara, Pranidhana. They are not compulsory, non-negotiable, but they are preferable. Shaucha, purity of physical, mental, spiritual purity. Santosha, satisfaction, contentment, happiness. And Shaucha, Santosha, Tapas, austerity. And Swadhyaya is good study or spiritual study and deep study. And Isvara Pranidhana is surrender to the Lord. If you accept a God or Ishvara, to surrender everything to Him. Sarvadharman Parityajya Mahamekam Saranam Raja Aham Tva Sarva Papebhyo Moksha Amimashucha. So that surrender is called Ishvara Pranidhana. And the word Islam, meaning itself is surrender to God. But how many people are understanding that? How many people are practicing it is a different question. And even in Christianity, it is mentioned very well. Thou shalt love thy Lord thy God with all thy soul, with all thy body, with all thy mind. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. This is a complete surrender, love, supreme love, prapatti, surrender is prapatti. So in every religion, it's mentioned except in the Nastika. In Buddhism and Jainism, there is no Ishvara. Therefore, there cannot be any Ishvara pranidhana. But there will be Guru and there will be Guru surrender and all that. And in the Mahayana Buddhism, Devatas, Buddha himself becomes a god to be worshipped. So surrendering to him is taken as equivalent to Ishvara pranidhana. So these 5 niyamas, yama, niyama, totally 10, they are fundamental principles. They are present in all religion scriptures and they are present in all the spiritual disciplines all over the world, and they are also part of the law. The first 5 are part of the law, compulsory, non-negotiable. Bhishma tells Yudhishthira, nobody wants to follow dharma. It is to be implemented by the king. That is why the kingdom and king and government and police and courts have all been established. Otherwise, there is no need. In Krita Yuga, Satya Yuga, everybody was very dharma, 100% dharma was there. So no need for any government or king or police or anything. Satya Kalam antaru. So that is the ideal situation. But as time progressed in the Treta Yuga, it is 75% dharma upheld by people like Ramarajya, perfect administration. And then by Dwapara, it became 50%. People like Duryodhana and all were there, only 50% dharma was prevalent. That too was upheld by Lord Krishna with great difficulty by conducting the world war of Mahabharata. And Kali Yuga, it is 75% adharma and only 25% dharma is supposed to exist. And that also we don't know how long it will exist. Gradually it will go on into zero state. So when the dharma becomes zero, there will be complete destruction. So dharma is comprising of these principles. Of course, Manu gave a different definition, partly same. Dhriti kshama adama shauchamasteyo indriya nigraha dhir vidya satyam akrodho dashakam dharma lakshanam. It is partly same and some more he has added. And in the Bhagavad Gita, Daivi Sampat, 26 principles are given, including these yamas and niyamas. Abhayam sattva samshuddhi, jnana yoga vyavasthiti, dhanam damascha, yajnascha swadhyaya stapa archavam, ahimsa satyam akro satyaga kshanti rapaishunam daya, bhutesh alolutvam mardavam hrirachaparam, tejakshama dhruti shauchamadroho nabhimanita. So these 26, Manus 10 and Yamaniyamas all are common. There are more principles given in the 26, but these 10 are there very much. So there is a common framework. So we try to identify the existence of these common principles in scriptures of other religions, and we located them. And we produced a book with all the references and explanations and elaborations on those principles. Therefore, the dharma is common and yoga is common because everybody wants to have good health. Like, in Buddhism, they practice yoga very intensely, like Jainism. Zen, what is Zen? Zen is nothing but dhyan. And so Buddhism, Jainism, Hinduism, all are based on yoga, and Islam and Christianity have bhakti yoga only, though there are a lot of violence and all that which has been brought up by false interpretations by people at various times, periods. And of course, both Islam and Christianity are aiming at conversion. That is the whole problem. They have converted the whole world into themselves, and they conducted wars, and the church performed tremendous crimes against humanity. All these things have happened. And of course, the Muslim invasions, they have destroyed the temples, they have killed millions of people, they have occupied the colonization. Basically, there are two colonizations. One is the Roman colonization, another is the Arabic colonization models. These two so-called religions are colonization models. That is where the problem starts. But the fundamental principles do exist. The Yamaniyamas and Dharma principles do exist in all religions. Of course, in Guru Granth Sahib also, in Zoroastrian text Zandavesta also. Without these fundamental principles, there cannot be any possibility of survival of society. That's why they are insisted upon. Now come to the asana, the third anga. There are more than 84 lakh asanas once upon a time. Gradually it became 840 and then 84. I myself used to practice around 150. Now I practice a few, not too many. But in my book on yoga asanas, I have given quite a few asanas. We'll be teaching them in our yoga course. And by yoga asanas practice, body becomes fit and body becomes healthy, and you can cure diseases, you can prevent diseases. And finally, you're able to sit for a long time without disturbance. Sthiram Sukham Asanam. So 2.5 hours, if you're able to sit without any motion, without any distraction, then that is Asana Siddhi. Tato Dvandvena Abhigataha. If you are successful in asana, you are not going to be affected by cold or heat in the asana. You'll be affected, your body will become like Vajra. Vajranga Bali means what? Vajranga means Vajranga. Body is like diamond hard. So then, of course, pranayama, it comes to that. Dirgha Sukshmaha, Deshakala, Sankhyabihi, Dirgha Sukshmaha, various ratios of inhalation, retention, and exhalation, and external retention in various ratios. That is the Raja Yoga pranayamas, resulting in Nadi Shuddhi, Kundalini Jagriti, and Samadhi state. The Hatha Yoga pranayamas result in curing of diseases and improving health, including our famous Kapalabhati, which is actually Bhastrika. Ramdev gave a wrong name. But there is a slight difference in the so-called Kapalabhati and Bhastrika. That is, you release the stomach on its own to come forward in Kapalabhati, whereas you push the stomach forward consciously in Bhastrika, but while breathing out, both are same. You pull the stomach inside while breathing out. Then we have Surya Veda for heat and Sitali, Sitkari for cold, and we have Ujjayi, Brahmari, Murcha, Plavini. All these are the Hatha Yoga pranayamas which we'll be teaching in our yoga courses, in the classes, yoga classes. And you may be already knowing, you may be already practicing. So Hatha Yoga pranayamas are purely, primarily meant for health purpose, whereas the Raja Yoga pranayama, which is the Nadi Shodhana pranayama or Anulom Vilom pranayama in different ratios of inhalation, retention, and exhalation and external retention, result in spiritual development of calming the mind and closing the mind and withdrawing the mind and going through the next step automatically, pratyahara, withdrawing the mind, and to dharana, deep concentration, and dhyana, a flow of deep concentration, and samadhi, which is an absorption. स्वरूपशून्यमिव समाधिः देशबन्ध चित्तस्य धारणा ततः प्रत्ययकतरता ध्यानम् स्वरूपशून्यमिव समाधि absorption as if you are lost into it. That is samadhi, and in samadhi we have asamprajnat samadhi, samprajnat samadhi, savikalpa samadhi, nirvikalpa samadhi. As I told you, they all explained in the samadhi pada. So the three steps of dharana, jhana, samadhi put together combined is called samyama, and by performing that samyama on any particular target, you will get that enlightenment of that target subject. Surya samyama tara vyuhajnanaha. By some performing samyama, that is dharana, jhana, samadhi on Surya, you will get the knowledge of astronomy, the planetary motions, the star movements. Nabhikupe kaya vyuhajnanam. By performing samyama on the Nabhi, navel, you will get the entire knowledge of the internal mechanisms inside the body, kaya vyuhajnanam, anatomy. So, by performing Kantakupe, if you perform samyama on Kantakupa, then Kshut Pipasa, Nivrittihi, both hunger and thirst will be eliminated. And like this, various siddhis are achieved. Atita Anagata Jnanam. By performing samyama on the cause and effect relationship, you will be able to see the past, present, and future of anything or anybody. And so on. He explains. And Ashtasiddhis, Anima, Garima, Lakhima, Mahima, Praka, Meishatva, Vashatva. Hanuman had the Ashtasiddhis. And the very difficult to reach those stages. We are nowhere near that. In Kali Yuga, it is not possible. So whatever little we can achieve, we will achieve. And finally, if you give up everything, Kaivalyam, the last chapter is Kaivalya Pada. So even if you have siddhis, they will act as obstructions because you will be developing attachment to the siddhis and the results of those siddhis on your disciples. The so-called disciples will lead you into deep trouble. And that's why you give up everything, total renunciation, and being absorbed in the self. That is Kaivalya. That is realization of the self as God and God realization. That is where the Vedanta dimension comes in. The Vedanta keeps on talking about it, but need not be necessarily experienced by all who talk. But here in yoga, only experience matters. Talking doesn't have any role. So I have explained you the Yoga Sutras in brief, and these techniques have been elaborately described in the other yoga texts, not in Yoga Sutras. Yoga Sutras are summary statements. Like pranayama is finished in 3 sutras, asanas are finished in 3, whereas each one is a big subject by itself. Asanas, there are hundreds of asanas and there are many books. Pranayama is a very big subject. Because it is Sutrakara, he writes everything in sutra form, very brief, extremely brief, quick, like that. Like I'm covering the whole Yoga Darshana in 1 hour, which is very difficult to achieve. But in the same way, the entire Yoga Darshana, which prevailed before Patanjali in the Vedas and the Upanishads, he summarized into the Yoga Sutras. Of course, there are Yoga Upanishads which are of more recent origin compared to the original principal Upanishads and the Vedas, but they also contain the detailed descriptions of asanas, pranayamas, dharana, mudra, bandha, and dhyana and samadhi in detail. So if at all we cover any of those things in future, you can see some of my lectures in YouTube on this Yoga Tattva Upanishad, Yoga Kundali Upanishad, Yoga Sikho Upanishad, and so on. 20 Yoga Upanishads are there. So I think I'll stop here and open the discussion. Hello?
ఓకే ధన్యవాదములండి. చిట్టిబాబు గారు, ఆర్ యు దేర్? Now we'll go for question answer session. Mallikarjun garu. Okay,
Yeah.
Babu garu, go ahead.
Yeah. Mallikarjun Rao garu, you can raise your question.
Sir, namaste, sir. Many thanks for giving very nice and very good information in a small class with so much of details. Sir, I want to know, there are yama niyamas, satya, ahimsa, brahmacharya, aparigraha. Last one is accumulation, you are told.
No. Asteya, Asteya you have forgotten. Stealing, non-steal.
Asteya.
And then
Asteya, aparigraha.
Yeah, aparigraha is accumulation, non-accumulation.
Sir, asteya ante non-stealing. Sir, in niyama also, saucha, santosha, swadhyaya, Ishvara.
Tapas. Third is tapas. Saucha, santosha, tapas, swadhyaya.
Swadhyaya, Ishvara pranidhara. Sir, in yama niyama, 8 ashtangas, yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. One word is missing, sir. Yama, niyama, మూడు 4 6 7 8. Okay, సరిపోయి. Noted. Count, I have not counted this asanas, I have not counted. Yama, niyama, pratyahara, that's why. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you very much for giving very good information, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, most of the sutras are by the entire word. You start from here, you end at that point. So when you learn that way, you get all, you will not miss anything. Anyway, any other question anyone else wants to ask? So we have time. So
Okay, then we'll do some pranayama in that case.
yeah,
All of
I
you
think
sit
that's
in
best.
Padma. If you can sit in Padmasana, you sit in Padmasana. Otherwise, sit straight in Sukhasana. Sukhasana means simply sitting cross-legged. Or if you can do Vajrasana, also fine. So 4 asanas are basic: Siddhasana, Padmasana, Vajrasana, and Sukhasana. Sukhasana is easiest. Comfortably you can sit without any pain. Padmasana is standard, but it is a little difficult for some people. So take the thumb and the middle finger and take deep breath from left. Start with left and inhale with left, exhale with right. Slowly, as deeply as possible, as slowly as possible. Again, inhale with right, as slowly, as deeply as possible, and exhale with left. So this is one round. Like this, you do some at least 20 rounds of Nadi Shodhana Pranayama, keeping your eyes closed, but concentrating on the breath only. Sound need not come. It should be soft and slow and deep and low. We go for meditation now. Watch your thoughts. Then watch your breath. Feel the breath in and out, deep, long. Now synchronize Soham with breathing, inhalation So and Hum with exhalation, mentally only. Deep, long breath. Soham. Soham. No, being yourself without anything, just pure consciousness. Infinite, eternal, pure consciousness. Next, last item is Om. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Okay, we have finished. You can open your eyes and tell me how do you feel? What did you experience? And ask anything you want to ask, if any.
Yeah, Radha Kumari garu. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Namaste, sir. Thank you for all your lectures and the practice you make us do. And it was an amazing experience. I have been doing asanas, pranayam, and meditation for a long period, and I have some queries. May I
Go ahead.
raise?
Yes.
One regarding my personal practice, that is, whenever I do Nadi Shodhan Pranayam, I start feeling suffocated very soon. Like I feel like releasing the breath, I in a very fast manner.
No, are you doing Kumbhaka retention?
Yeah, I do.
For how long?
If I don't do, then also I have the same feeling. And sometimes I feel that I have that Vat Pravriti because I feel the flow of ideas when I talk. I feel that force every time. I feel the flow of emotions when I want to express it at any situation. So it is, and my health condition also tells me that I have been a person of Vat Pravriti. So is it related to that, and is there any way to?
No. First point is that today you have done, just now I made you all do pranayama for a few minutes, right?
Yeah.
So did you feel any problem at that time or everything was fine?
Everything is fine, but only thing is when I want to go deep and slow, it is deep, yet and I'm able to hold even today. I didn't do kumbhak, but even I don't do kumbhak. What I feel that I normally tend to stretch it long, D- inhale for a long period and exhale for
No,
long.
don't stress yourself or strain yourself. You just sukha prana. It should be comfortable inhalation and comfortable exhalation. If
Yeah.
Kumbhaka is creating a problem, you drop Kumbhaka. If Kumbhaka is not creating a problem, since you are practicing for a long time, to continue with Kumbhaka if it is not creating a problem. If you are feeling suffocated, that means it is becoming overloaded. So you should reduce. It should
The
be
period.
comfort zone.
Yeah. Okay.
All
Otherwise,
asanas or pranayamas should be in comfort zone only. No question of overstretching or getting suffocated and all. That means that is wrong. You are overdoing things.
Okay. And another query. When we say that there is only one element, that is Paramatma, and we all are, when we talk of these Atmas or we call it Jiva, then who is the one? Who is the one who is taking birth and rebirth and rebirth?
Yeah.
If everything is one,
That is
if
Jiva
everything,
only. Jiva. You see, the
yeah.
point is that
So
now you have done meditation. Now your thoughts have stopped, right? So no thoughts, right? All of you, I think. So you are in yourself. That is Atman. That is Atman, okay? That is yourself. So the Atman means I. I means self, Jivatman. You are alive, so Jivatman. That is Jivatman only. So taking birth again and again, all that, why taking birth? Even now, the moment you come out, you are separate, I am separate. You are asking me question, I am answering. So you are one Jivatma, I am another Jivatma. So two different Jivatmas are there. But in that state of yoga, that is when the mind is stopped and no thoughts are there and you are in yourself. That is a state of pure consciousness. That is Atma Sthiti. And that essentially is Paramatma because it is the Tattva. Is gold is in one ounce. You have many ornaments on your body. You have half a dozen ornaments or 3 ornaments on your body, but gold is the same, right? You follow what I'm saying?
yes,
So
yes.
multiple Jivatmas are there, but gold is the same. So Atman is the same. Tattva. The Tattva is the same. Though there are individual instances, like, you have the space, Akasha. Now, in the Akasha in my room and in your room is the same Akasha. But it is having 2 different instances or instance. So similarly, if you extend this logic further, suppose cow. What is a cow? Cow is an abstraction. There is no cow in general. There is a specific cow. This cow, brown cow, black cow, yellow cow, all these are instances of cowness. So the Jivatmas are the instances, manifestations of one Paramatma only. One gold manifesting in different ornaments, one mud manifesting in different pots. So that is Paramatma, and Jivatma in essence is same as Paramatma, but it is limited with individuality and ahankara, individual ego. Otherwise, in essence, it is same as Paramatma. In essence, yourself and myself are the same. But in practice, that's what in Vaiseshika, tomorrow I'll cover Vaiseshika Darshana, he says, Vyavasthito Nana. He proves the self exists, which is very obvious. If I don't exist, nothing can be observed by me. So I am the observer, I exist. But in practice, there are multiple such observers. Vyavasthito Nana, but in essence, is only one observer, oneself. Just like instances of water, many instances of water are there, but water is only one. Many cows are instances are there, but cow is only one. Many instances of Prithvi are there, but Prithvi is only one. Many instances of Akash are there, but Akash is only one. Similarly, many instances of Atman are there, but Atma is only one.
So again, my query remains same that then why this is a theory of good karma and bad karma if all
The
the
mind, the thoughts. See,
somebody
what
is
I
doing
told,
good.
I'm telling, what I told till now is in a thoughtlessness state, in the pure consciousness state. In pure consciousness state, when there's no mind and all the panchakoshas are silent, they're transcended. And the pure self in the meditation state, pure self, is the same in you and me and in everyone, even in an ant also. In pure state, not in the contaminated state. Water is same in abstraction, pure state, but water is not same in all water bodies. Their contaminations are varying. So Akasha is not same in all instances of Akasha. Contents are varying. Contents or contaminations are varying. So that is what happens in the form of mind. When the pure consciousness is disturbed, it becomes a thought, and a series of thoughts is mind. And your mind is different from my mind. His mind is different from his mind. All minds are different. All thoughts are sequences are different. So the vasanas, the accumulations of the karma vasanas, whatever thoughts have been experienced, and actions are gross form of thoughts. So we have the three karanas, and the trikarana, that is thought, word, and action. So if all the three are in harmony, that is trikarana suddhi. That is honesty, integrity, that is normalized state. But when they are in disharmony, when they are in different versions, the person becomes split personality. Then many people are doing this, that they think something, they speak something else, they do the third thing. So this is very bad, and this is what is the root cause of all miseries in the world. So trikarana suddhi is very essential. And also the same thing is implied by saying the head and the neck and the body to be in one line. In asana, you are supposed to sit straight. The trikaranas have to be one. The thought, the words, and the actions have to be in one single, that is honesty, integrity, character. So now the point is that these impressions of thoughts and the words and the actions, which become memories, they will become a karmashaya, a body of karma, the content, the container of karma. So the karma is contained as jivatma in the mind. And when the body is dead for various reasons, vasamsi jirnani yatho vihaya navani grindhati naroparan tatha sharirani vihaya jirnani anyani samyati navani dehi. Just like when a particular cloth or shirt or jacket or sari, anything which becomes torn away, which is dilapidated, decomposed, you throw it away and take a new shirt or new whatever, new cloth, new sari or new whatever it is. Vasamsi jirnani yatha vihaya navani grindhati naro parani tadha. In the same way, sarirani vihaya jirnani. When these bodies become dilapidated, eroded, and weak, and no more viable to survive, then the death takes place for the body. Tadha sharirani vihaya jirnani anyani samyati. Another new body will be assumed by entering into the womb of the pregnant woman. So that is explained clearly in the 15th chapter. Shariram yada avapnoti yacha apyutkrayamati ishvaraha. When he acquires the body and leaves the body, he carries grihitva etani samyati vayur gandhani vashaya. Just like breeze will carry the pollen grains, the jivatma carries srotram chakshu sparshanam charasanam ghranameva chadhisthaya manaschayam vishayanupasirate. It carries the mind along with the senses, the subtle form. The gross form senses are in the body, they are dead. But subtle form senses and the mind, all the six manashasthani indriyani prakritisthani karshati, which are taken from nature. Shariram yada avapnoti, when it acquires a body. Acha apyutkriyamati, when it leaves the body, it takes this. So that is how birth and rebirth take place, and this chain goes on until liberation comes. Okay, I think I gave you a big answer to your small question.
Please, sir, thank you so much. But we need to learn more and more, and your level is so high that we all the time we keep try to follow. Still, so many
Yeah.
things lack in me. I feel so. Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Sure. Welcome. Next.
Okay.
Any?
Prabhu garu, we can go for the questions after the pradhana.
Okay.
Okay. Mallikarjuna Rao garu, can you do the Swasti Pradhana, please?
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीमहीषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्य पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितो ब्राह्मणः सन्तु निर्भयाः अपुत्राः पुत्रिणः सन्तु पुत्रिणः सन्तु पौत्रिणः अधनाः सधनाः सन्तु जीवन्तु शरदां शतम् सत्यं वद धर्मं चर स्वाध्यायान् मा प्रमदः सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः सर्वे जनाः सुखिनो भवन्तु स्वस्ति
Swasti.
Wonderful. Very well done.
Okay. Thank you, Mallikarjun Ragaru, for the pradhana.
I hope all of you are able to understand the meaning of these pradhana slokas. I assume that.
In fact, we have given the meanings to all the people.
Yeah, that's very important. Yeah.
Yeah, so that they can go through. Now we raise for the national anthem. जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय हिंद जय हिंद. Okay, I think Gautam ji, Namaskar. You can ask your question. I think Prabhu Garu will join. Seeing your voice, hearing your voice, he'll join you.
नमस्कार.
Yeah.
एक्चुअली प्रभु जी को बहुत धन्यवाद, सभी को प्रणाम, गुरु जी को भी प्रणाम. ये प्रभु जी का लेक्चर बहुत अच्छा हुआ. आई विल ओनली कमेंट अबाउट वन थिंग. प्रभु जी को देख सकते हैं? ही इज नॉट इन वीडियो. आई थिंक
Yeah, he is not in the video. Hope he's listening. That's what I feel.
Yes.
Because he has kept.
Actually, sir, Swami Vivekananda actually explains about the difference between the sukshma difference between Atma and Paramatma in kind of visual example. Like he told that you look at the waves in the ocean, for example, waves in the ocean. Now, if you think it clearly, waves are nothing but ocean itself. Ocean is taking a form, in that shape. Form, and we can give a name also. It is now called Nam and Rup, Nam Rup. So basically, the Atmas are also all same, all are basically Paramatma. There is no partition between the ocean and the waves. There is no partition. The only theoretical. The ocean is taking a shape like that wave, and we are calling it a wave. But actually, it is basically ocean. So that way, that is the difference between Atma and Paramatma. There is no difference between Atma and Paramatma as such. There is no partition. But Atma is taking a sort of naam and roop. It is taking a shape. So therefore, that is the Sukshma difference. That is the difference between ocean and the wave.
Okay. Prabhu garu?
Yes.
Yeah, that is correct. And you can say the wave is different from ocean, or you can say wave is same as ocean. Both are
Yeah.
true.
Both
That's
are
why the Advaita, Visishtadvaita, all this. Visishtadvaita says that, wave is initially different, finally it is the same. So, and Dvaita means, no, wave, how can wave be the ocean? Wave is wave and ocean is ocean. But they're co-located and they're converged, and they're like this, Sarokya, Sarupya, Sayujya, Mukti. So these are all different ways of telling the same thing.
Sir,
So
I got this from a book called Swami Shishya Sangbad. I mean, Swami Vivekananda was discussing this to his
Who?
a student who, I forgot his name, the Shishya. He called it was the name of the Shishya, I forgot. Swami Shishya Sangbad. Swami Vivekananda was explaining this thing.
Okay. Yeah. In fact, the same thing is there in Ashtavakra Samhita also. I gave a lecture, its video is there in YouTube. In Ashtavakra Samhita, after self-realization, Janaka exclaims, I am the ocean, and the waves are coming in me and going. So, and there is a, like, Mayyananta Mahambodho, Vishwavichi Pravartate. The whole universe is just a Vichi, a breeze, a big wave in an ocean called myself. So that is shifting the weight towards the self rather than universe. The universe is only a wave inside the self, in the consciousness. Udhyanti, Ghranti, Patanti, they rise, they maintain. Vivekananda told the same thing. It's not his own idea. It is there in the Ashtavakra Samhita. So all the things in the universe, they get born, they arise, and they disappear. So in me, everything is in me.
So sometimes scientists give a sort of bad comment about the Christian Bible, telling that Ishvara, God created the world in one day. Something like that. This kind of phrase is there. So they sometimes
No,
give a
Bible,
joke
see,
on
that is a problem. The criticism of scientists is based on Bible. So Bible is rather childish. It talks of God created world in 7 days. First day he created heaven, and second day he created earth. Like that it goes. So the question arises: if the day and night is there, then that means already the sun and moon are there. So how can you create them? So this kind of and you see the Bible and even Quran, they're very, very limited. There are some statements which are true, but most of the statements are rather limited, if not childish. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anybody else wants to ask anything? Yeah.
Anyone who wants to ask anything? There are no questions, Prabhu garu.
So the point is that whether after death or before death also, utkramantam sthitam vapi, bhunjanam va gunanvitam, with quality, with gunas or without gunas, vimudha nanupashyanti. Fools cannot understand, cannot see the self. Pasyanti jnana chakshushaha. Or the jnana, those who have jnana, with the eye of jnana, they alone can know and see the observe or perceive the self. Yatanto yoginas chaiva. Yatis can see, yogis can see. Pasyanti atmanyavasthitam. Yatanto aprakrutatmano naivam pasyanti achetasaha. Fools and idiots cannot see and understand. यदादित्यगतं तेजो जगद्भासेते अखिलं यच्चन्द्रमसि यच्चाग्नौ तत्तेजो विद्धि मामकम्. The light in the sun, the light in the moon, that light is my own light. गामाविश्य च भूतानि धारयाम्यहमोजसा पुष्णामि च औषधीः सर्वा सोमो भूत्वा रसात्मकः. I create all the medicinal plants and I nourish them in the form of moon. Aham Vaishwanaro bhutva praninam dehamashritah. I become the fire, the digestive fire. Pranapana samayukta pachamyannam chaturvidham. I digest the food in all living beings. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto matta smritirjnanam apohanancha. I live in the hearts of all beings. Because of me, there is intelligence, memory, and perception of the laws and so on. Matta sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto matta smritirjnanam apohanancha. Vedaischa sarvai ahameva vedyo. I am known by all the Vedas. Vedanta videva chaham. Vedanta krit veda videva chaham. I am the maker of Vedanta. I am the knower known in the Vedas and Vedanta. So this is all 15th chapter. So we'll do Bhagavad Gita 15th chapter again. Same thing will be explained. We'll close now. Okay, bye.
Okay, thank you very much, Prabhu Garu. Thank you. Yeah, for all the people who are still there, kindly note, there will be a special class on Monday 20th regarding Prarthana. So kindly attend the class to know more about it and how to do it. It is not for, try to understand, it is not for doing the Prarthana and what we require to do the Prarthana in the class. No. It is for everyone to know and do the Prarthana. They should learn. Whoever has already sent their audios, keep repeating it, so that you don't stumble at any point. It has to go in a smooth line from this end to that end. And of course, not in a hurried way, but in a devotional way. You have to do it. Gananam tva ganapatigam havamahe. I mean, you cannot stop. Gananam, then you see, then say tva, and then say something else. No. It has to go in a smooth line. So for this, all reasons, we would like to have a special class on Monday, 20th. Please be available. And anyone else? Otherwise, we close. Babu Garu, you want to say something? Anything? Or
No. Everything. Thank you so much. Thank you
Okay.
all participants.
Yeah.
Gautamji is there.
Yeah, he is there.
Namaste, Gautamji.
Gautamji, are you there?
Okay, otherwise I will talk to him separately.
Right, okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So I'm closing.
Bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you all.
Yeah.